Hey, what's up, guys? Matt with Flight Sim Guides. We're going to look at a quick question from David M. David, this one's for you. Excellent video, but basic question. I have a throttle and a side stick, which I use mainly for Airbus type airplanes. But if I wanted to add a yoke to fly 737 airplanes without having to connect and disconnect, without creating conflicts between them, is there a way to do it? And I had an answer. It may or may not have been right. I'll talk to you about it here while we're making the video. And then, spoiler alert, we ran into some issues, but I will give you some solutions here as we get into the video. All right, so let's check this out. So I've got two yokes set up here as if they're both connected to X-Plane. And I just installed a fresh demo on the laptop just to see if this works. So what we're going to test here is if both of these will work. If I can have two yokes connected. And imagine that these were, you could have a side stick, you could have a joystick. A yoke is a yoke, a control surface is a control surface for the sake of this test. So what we're going to do is just, we're going to go in here and test this out and see if it works. So let's see what happens. I have not tested this yet. So what we're going to do is see if it works. Welcome to X-Plane. This is going to show me around. I don't need all of this, but calibrate the joystick. So we're going to open up the joystick. Virtual fly, so it's asking me to do this one, and then this one, and that one. Next. Leave control centered, so we're doing the calibration on this. Okay, I guess that one's done. Let's talk about how to control the plane. I don't really care. Move your joystick left or right. Okay, all I really wanted to do here, guys, was go into my settings and do the joystick. So this is showing that we do have both of these controlled. So I'm going to calibrate both of these. And this is going to give me, it is seeing it. So let's just give that pitch. Access the throttle. I don't even have these, I don't have this plugged in. I'm not even sure where it's at, so we're going to ignore these for now. All we wanted was pitch and roll. And let's click next. Next, let go of controls. It's going to do its thing. Alright, so we now have both of these calibrated. So what I want to see now is whether or not this is going to work. So I'm in the settings. It says multiple axes are assigned to pitch and roll, which could be a problem. So let's see. It does note that there are multiples, so let's see what happens. Okay, you can see that this is the Yoko, so I can move the Yoko controls around and get something out of it. Now, on the LG, it's not working. Still working on Yoko, not getting anything at all with the LG right now. It just is not working, so it's only giving control to the Yoko. Compress and hold F2 to add full power. I don't care. So I think that might be the answer for now. Other than that, I think you can only get pitch and roll from one device. You can't give that control to more than one device. All right, sadness all the way around. That did not work. I apologize for my comment back to you, David, where I said, oh yeah, it'll probably work. But I did have a caveat on that. I did say this is an assumption, but I had my concerns because I was well aware of when I made the comment that X-Plane likes to have only one input source for flight controls or any keybinds that you have set up. So I was a little concerned. I was like, I better test this out. I'm kind of curious myself. So it doesn't work if you're just plain Jane vanilla-ing this thing and trying to make it work, plugging two things in. It's only going to prioritize one of them. So I did a little bit of light chat GPTing and came up with a couple options for you. And anybody else that wants to have two control surfaces, whether they're side-by-side co-pilot and pilot, you can do that. Or if you just have two different systems where you want to fly two different aircraft and you just don't want to connect and disconnect, it should work just the same. Let's take a quick look at those. So option 1, a hardware merge via external software. That's your best option. You can use a third-party utility to combine both Yoke's input signals into a single virtual joystick. And it looks like the tools that does this is VJoy plus Joystick Gremlin. I am not familiar with either of these. It only works on Windows. I don't have my Windows set up right now, so that may not work. I can't figure it out, or I'm not going to be able to figure it out right now, but by all means, please go check this out. But X-Plane sees the merged virtual joystick as a single yoke input. You can set logic like if either yoke moves, take that input. That may be a really good option. I would look into that. Option 2, I'm not going to get into this one too much because it's talking about networked dual control setup, which means you would have two systems set up with X-Plane and have to use them together. And I'm not going to get into that because I really don't know much about it. Assign different controls. If both yokes have switches and buttons, you can still make use of the second one by assigning the autopilot. They're talking about the buttons on the back side, the push to talk and all that stuff. The trim, the flaps. Just leave pitch and roll unassigned on the second yoke. That's really not going to fix anything because we want the pitch and roll to work on two of them. Option 4 was the Lua script merge. It says that's an advanced hack, so anybody that knows coding and Lua, feel free to get in there and basically write your own script. My guess, if I had to take one, I haven't I have not looked into the research. I'll make another video if I find one. But somebody has probably already written this, and I bet anything you could probably go over to the X-Plane forums and probably find it. So if you do a little bit of light search or even chat GPTing, you'll probably be able to find that. So I would say to go with VJoy and the Joystick Gremlin software, and you could probably make it work. I can probably play around with this later when I get my Windows system back up and going. But most realistic, run two networked X-Plane setups with a shared cockpit. That could be kind of cool, though. So if you have the wherewithal to set something like that up, then play around with it. Let me know how it goes. And I like that one. So I'll do a little bit of work on this maybe in the future, but it's probably not going to be right away. But I would say maybe play around with VJoy and the Joystick Gremlin, or if you're really bored and want to go out there and find that Lua script merge, that could be fun too. All right, I'll leave it at that. Doesn't work unless you have one of these hacks. All right, catch up with you guys in another video. Take care. Hey, if you haven't already done so, head over to EliteSimBuild.com, grab a copy of our home flight simulator resource guide. Do that thing where you click the button, give us your email address, and we will send you a copy of our simulator guides where you can get the resource list, the avionics reviews, a panel blueprint, so that way you guys can send that off to your panel guy, get all the parts and pieces that you need. You'll know exactly what software to pick up so you can get your Cessna 172 flight simulator built today.